Baruch here with genConnect.com, and we're joined today by 20-time Emmy Award winner James Brooks. How are you, Mr. Brooks?
Good, I'm good, thanks.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, you've made a transition that very often was hard for people to make from television into the movies. What was it like to break down that barrier?
Well, at the time that I did my first movie, the barrier was silly. It was complete, and now there is no barrier. I mean, just people going back and forth all the time. And the thing is that movies remain the sort of the domain of directors. Television pretty much remains the domain of writers. That's the big difference.
When I heard about how The Simpsons came about, I was very surprised. I think a lot of people don't realize that it started out as a series of shorts.
Yeah, little 20-second pieces that we ran between scenes of a Tracy Ullman variety show that was on a brand new network. Nobody watched the network. Nobody watched Tracy Ullman, but Tracy Ullman was brilliant, and these shorts started to have a very small following. But then we decided to. It was a big roll of the dice because the network at the time, Fox Network at the time, was very short on cash. Excuse me a second.
Yes.
Fox Network at the time was very short on cash. And so it was a huge leap because it takes 6 months from the time that we deliver the narrative for a show till we get the animation back. And they had to tie up a lot of money for a 13-show order for us to do it. And they were, I think, flirting with bankruptcy at the time. So it was a real leap for them, and it worked out.
When did you realize creatively that there was more there than 20 seconds? There was real potential there.
I realized that we had a Christmas party for the variety show, and one of the animators got very drunk, and he was just starting his career, and he spoke to me with great passion because at that time it had been 25 years since an animated show was on a network, and what it meant to animators to get the form back, and then we started fighting for it.
What's been the best piece of advice that you've received?
I think the big deal is that I think when somebody gets mentored, if that's where you're going with it, if somebody has a mentor, it has so much more to do with what they're receiving than what the mentor is giving out. So I think the bottom line, at a certain point, it's what's inside the person, no matter what you put them through, no matter how many advice or rules you give them. Rules are good, I love rules, but basically somebody's alone at some hour of the night trying to get a scene right.
Mr. Brooks, thank you so much.
Okay, pleasure.
And for more with James Brooks, be sure to check out genConnect.com.